Fletcher's had a wonderful season for Essendon, an All-Australian player.
What a beauty from Dustin Fletcher!
As a kid growing up, I used to watch him, you know, every week, and you know, it was a funny situation. He sort of took over from my dad, and you know, I love watching my dad play footy and kick big torps in. And then there was suddenly this guy that used to kick bigger torps out of full-back.
Fletcher, the torpedo. That's an 80-metre bomb to the centre circle. Dustin Fletcher, that is just absolutely massive.
I reckon I first met him when I was about 7 or 8, and I've got a cracking photo of that of me as a young tackler with Fletcher.
I've been there, 6 years now, and I've had the pleasure to play with him and also get to know him as a good friend. And I am, you know, partially the player I am because of him. So I thank him, and I hope, you know, the more I continue to play, that he's still around.
Playing 400 games, just an incredible testament to the way that he's prepared, the way he's looked after himself for such a long period of time.
The celebration that's Dustin Fletcher on Saturday night. It's always gratifying when repeat guests come right, especially after you give them a hard time. Mark Seymour, welcome back to AFL 360.
Thank you very much.
Nice to have you. A couple of years ago, ahead of the grand final, you stopped by and you've come just ahead of your album launch tomorrow. Mark Seymour on the Undertow. You're in charge of that. May Day, and it particularly grabbed our interest, Mark, because track 2 is Football Train.
That's it. And it's kind of about football.
Tell us how.
It's also at Frankston Station.
Yep.
And I've been dropping my daughters off there throughout their adolescence to just wander into the city, as kids do, and just witnessing what the place is like during the week. And then not long after we moved down there, I had my first experience of catching the football train. I don't know when it was, a few years ago. And the place was just transformed, you know. It's just packed with people in colours. And I hadn't done that since I was a kid, so I just remembered it. I had a moment of clarity, you know, and it was uplifting, you know. So I decided to write a tune about it.
When you do that, does your band say, "Yep, no worries, Mark, we're doing it," or do you have to convince them, or are you the main man and say, "I'm doing this"?
Oh, it sort of works both ways, really. It's a kind of he's just over there listening to this. It's a two-way thing.
Is it?
Know? Yeah, there's a transaction. If they think it sucks, they'll tell me.
Oh, well, that's all I wanted to know.
Yeah.
So you've used the inspiration of the notion of home, and clearly part of home for you is football.
Well, that's right. You know, like you move. I spend a lot of time travelling. You know, so I'm very aware of my surroundings. You know, I'm constantly moving from one room to another, and the train just felt really that first time I took it. You know, it just reminded me where I lived. You know, and especially getting on it in Frankston, which is normally a pretty rough little area around Young Street, but there was just a really strong, positive feeling around the train, you know. Yeah.
So you decide to write us lyrics. How long does it take you to...
It's just good cop, bad cop. You know?
yeah, you've got...
I'm the good cop. I'm the good cop.
Work it out, guys.
But when you're sitting at home, do you lie in bed, do you think of lyrics? Do you sit? Is it a chore? Do you think, right, oh, no, that's not quite... You walk away. How long... Over a period of time, months, 6 weeks, 8 weeks.
Well, we took about 2 years to write this record, but Football Train was a lyric I had for a while. See, sometimes they just get put away, you know. And I have them on a sheet have them in a little folder, you know. And we go and rehearse in these little rooms around Melbourne, and you know, book a room, let's go in there, play some guitar, and sometimes I just throw words at the music that's just there in the room, you know. So. There's a lot of luck in it.
Did it, when it came together and the music got put with the words, did you actually sit down and go, that's worked, it's worked?
Well, in this case, with Footy Train, it was the bass player, John, just started playing these eights. Eights are sort of a rock thing.
I know music. I know music. Okay.
Yeah, and he started doing these hard bass notes, you know, and I just thought, yeah, that's got power. And I was drawn to that, and it just suddenly bedded down.
We want to clear you to play it for us. So let's rattle through the weekend forecast.
Yeah, no
what's your sure thing, Mark?
Well, we all know what that is, don't we? Oh, well,
you've got to say
Sydney
Swans. Sydney Swans. We gave that to you.
Yeah, you are exactly right.
We gave that
Robbo?
to you. Well, I'm a bit political. No booing for Adam Goods tomorrow night.
No,
I'm not going to let that one go, Jared. What's your sure thing?
Oh, I'm trying to tap into the Bulldog in Mark. No love lost for Ryan Griffin as he takes the field against his old team. I feel certain of that. Most at stake?
Do you know what you're going to say?
Well, there's a few teams that fall in this category. because of the middle order of the ladder and people at time of the season, buys about to come up, so there's a bit of jockeying for points. But I'm tipping North Melbourne's got the most at stake.
It's a great game. It's going to be a terrific game.
We're on the same page.
Mine's the loser of Dreamtime. Richmond and 4-4. They're both 4-4, aren't they, Jared? Yep. Loser of the Dreamtime clash.
I'm following Mark in. I'm going Collingwood. I'm just on the other side of that coin because I think there's a lot
sucking up to our guest, Jared.
The doomsday scenario. Doomsday, Mark. What's the worst possible outcome of the weekend?
Port Adelaide losing to Melbourne.
Port Adelaide losing to Melbourne.
Really?
Yeah. What's yours?
Port Adelaide losing to Melbourne.
Oh, 3-1.
That is
sweep.
That is a massive game of football.
Doomsday. All right, we'll free you up. We want to hear Football Train.
Excellent.
With the CD to be launched tomorrow and the tour dates announced, which you saw on the screen coming through. The CDs have been given away, and after the break, Mark Seymour will perform for us on AFL 360. And after that, immediately following the second half of AFL 360 tonight, a special, the Mick Malthouse interview in the week that the Master Coach's involvement in footy came to an end.
Jared, I don't.